Alright, so in the last video, I came down 15th Avenue, and now looking back on it, it's sort of intimidating riding back that way without any bike lanes or anything. I know I did it anyway, but what we're gonna do right now is actually maybe try to use some of the neighborhood greenways that I think are near here and see what that experience is like. I'm sure it's probably a lot better, so let's try it out. So from my understanding, there should be some residential roads that we can take here instead of what we were doing earlier. I really do think that we need both, like we can't just have one or the other, but I think it's here on 14th that we can just sort of ride along. I don't know if I call this this one's probably not exactly a neighborhood greenway, but it's just riding through these residential roads instead, heading in the same direction, and this is a completely opposite feel. I mean, yes, I have a car directly ahead of me, but there is these healthy streets up ahead with the street closed sign, and this is a completely different experience. This is what I would recommend and is apt for the bike I'm using right now. I will admit that it's really all about speed. Yeah, so we see here, this is the proper parts of the greenway we're on now. It's all about sort of the appropriate bike and reasoning for where you're riding, but I think for the lion's share of folks, this greenway would be a lot more pleasant just to ride on, a lot quieter, a lot less worry about cars. But yeah, so awesome that we can get such a juxtaposition between those two routes, and I definitely appreciate things like this, and this is one of the biggest reasons why I love riding in places like Vancouver, because the whole city basically is just built in with these sort of healthy streets by default in a way. And let's see, that sign, I'm sort of just following where the signs take me, so let's see what this sign says to go this way, and we'll keep following this neighborhood greenway, which I believe is, yeah, I remember now, you can make a left here. Up ahead. That goes through the pumpkin patch. Yeah. Yeah, and this is how I manage a lot of my rides. I sort of just wing it and just see what I explore and find, but I got a lot of the tips and thoughts from the recent pedaling relief project ride that I'll have another video on, where we were delivering some food to some nearby pantries. So yeah, you just see the giant juxtaposition of the two videos and the experience. Now we're on this nice little trail. There's a pumpkin patch next to me, and I think that's a beehive, huh? But I think this is Jefferson Park, and definitely feel free to correct me or add more insights to any of these places we're seeing, because I'm just new here. I'm definitely just new here, just seeing all this for the first time. And yeah, today being overall pretty gorgeous day for riding. I mean, there's really nothing to complain about. Hasn't rained this week, so it's great to see that as we're just going through this neighborhood greenway. And I'm just following the signs, and just from the little bit of experience, I really think that these are probably on the Seattle bike map or some other maps that I can try to link below, so people can find more and more of these. But I have been pleasantly surprised as someone that does not ride in Seattle all too often nowadays, because I live out in Bellevue, that I can just sort of find them sort of littered about. So we're gonna go straight here. And very soon I realized that I have gone off track of the greenway. So this is really sort of a first-hand picture that I do not always know exactly where I'm riding, and actually my preferred way of becoming an expert in the areas that I do ride a ton now is just going out and feeling it for yourself. I do wish I was able to show you that part of the greenway, but here I'm taking an alternate path just through 17th, making a nice stop for coffee, but I do end up getting back over there. I will have some links down below for the bike map and the area that I actually did intend
for the actual Greenway. But this also, I think, just shows that I think really the part of exploring your city is really just one of also my favorite parts about bike riding. But anyway, let's get back into the video.
All right, so we've actually made it back onto the neighborhood Greenway here on 18th, and let's follow it to the I-90 trail. So I know we took a few random turns and probably did not follow it all the way through, but we made it back here on track. I mean, this is how it always is. So we'll continue the Greenway tour, heading all the way up north. And this is awesome because it does help me connect back to where I need to go as I need to get to Chinatown. So the I-90 trail is perfect for that. And I think this is where this is heading exactly. So just following along, we're seeing now back onto these nice shared roads, big street closed signs. And I think that's, for me, that's just not from here. And just riding along, it just gives me a lot of comfort knowing that these roads are pretty safe. At least really compared to what we were just riding before. This is really pancakes. I think now that I'm on here, I realize just how much more stress I was under back on the main road on 15th Avenue without any bicycle amenities. So it's a huge difference, and especially when, so there's some open landscapes here, more industrial, that's really cool, and just a nice downhill all the way through. But definitely watch out for all these cross streets. I think that's one of the main things though with riding residential roads is especially if you pick up too much speed, if you end up in situations, there is a lot of intersections, things like that. So it's not a great place to be zooming around because there can be a lot of cars around. But I think I can actually see the I-90 trail up ahead. I think I've been on the street road before, so I have a bit of an idea where we are now, for sure. But yeah. This Beacon Hill neighborhood definitely is a little interesting. You can see a real good mixture of newly built townhomes and just a lot older homes right next to each other. And then one more crossing and then we're there to the trail.
So as we approach the trail here, definitely comment below your thoughts of this particular Greenway. Would you use this? Was this video helpful? What would you like to see next? I'm definitely just going to be showing off more and more cycling wherever I go, so look forward to that and hopefully seeing more and more cool updates in the future too. But it looks like we've arrived right here to the trail, so back to the video.
All right, so we made it. Awesome, yeah. So this is the old familiar I-90, and we're gonna head westbound here to get to the Chinatown area. But yeah, let me know what you thought of the differences between those two rides right there. I mean, took one way back using the main roads, and then here I tried to take the Greenway for good chunks, a bit of random detouring on some, and we're back here safely. So let me know what you thought of that video. Enjoyed it? Roll over the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one.